everyone, Jason Alea back here again, and today we're going to be talking about the John Wick franchise. Now, a lot of news came out from CinemaCon, a lot of movie announcements and everything, but the movie announcement that caught my eye the most during CinemaCon was John Wick and the future of the franchise. Now, we know Ballerina is coming out, and I'm pretty excited for that, and news revolve around John Wick being an antagonistic force in that film. Sounds really interesting to me. We're gonna watch a hero that we care about become more the antagonistic character in this solo film for another character that we're just now introduced to, really, and we're going to see what transpires with that, how their rivalry is going to be like throughout the film. Is going to be very interesting to watch how John Wick is viewed as a boogeyman by another assassin. We're going to get another perspective of John Wick and who he is and how others see him. I love that. I love that idea of turning the role of John Wick over its head. And it's a character that we know is not going to die here, but it's going to be interesting to see him in a different role in between 3 and 4. And the announcement of the Caine film we got a while ago, but to hear that Donnie Yen is not just going to be starring but also directing it, very interesting to me. I did not really hear much about Donnie Yen being a director. I don't know if it's like his first feature film, but hearing that he's going to direct it gives me quite a bit of confidence that he knows who this character is, how he wants to tell the story, and how he wants to make sure this character stays relevant and have you care about him even more. I don't know what the story's gonna be. Looks like he's gonna take place after the post-credit scene of chapter 4, but I'm really excited for this. Donnie Yen coming back to not just star but also direct. Really excited for that film, and for John Wick anime. It says animation, but I keep hearing anime also, so I'm hoping for that. A John Wick animation film talking about how he was able to accomplish that impossible task. Really excited for that. I'm excited for all these films and projects. Except for a John Wick Chapter 5. What in the Green Hill... all I ask is other spin-offs and other ideas other than the continuation of Chapter 4. Now, Chad Stahelski is coming back to direct. There's a story pinned down, and Keanu Reeves is coming back. How are you going to undo that perfect ending that John Wick Chapter 4 left off? I've been hearing people since then saying, oh, John Wick did not really die and everything. Yeah, there's room for possibility of that, but the emotional weight of that ending overall and what it means for the character of John Wick and how he finally felt at peace and how that ending was played out, now it's going to be ruined. It's going to be ruined. It's going to be like Star Wars Episode 7 and just undo all the emotional weight that the previous films left off in. If this film doesn't top not just the action of the previous film, but also the story, then this is pretty much pointless. Even if it is just good, I don't think I will even accept good. Because that ending for John Wick Chapter 4 was too conclusively perfect in my eyes. That is too good of an ending for me to just accept another film. And if you are going to make one, you better have a damn good reason to continue on this story. Otherwise, you're just doing it for the sake of milking money. I'm good with every other idea that this announcement set out. I want to see the impossible task in anime form. I want to see a story about Caine. I want to see the Ballerina film. I want to explore all these other characters, explore this world because it's so interesting. But I am done with the character of John Wick and his continuing story. He had his story. He had his emotional arc, and we saw a man change throughout the course of these 4 films and do whatever he can to try and make sure the memory of his life is kept intact and not taken away from him. And that is what made me care about the character of John Wick. Not just that his dog died and that he's going after revenge, or that he kills so many people in different ways, but the emotional weight and his love for his wife, now he fought so hard to protect that memory. That's what made a lot of us care for this character. He's not the most complex character, but he is an engaging action hero that we loved watching fight his way through a ton of bad guys just to keep the memory of a life that he once had alive. So, John Wick Chapter 5 better have a good reason to exist. It better have a good story. And not just good, but a great one. Like a great story. It needs to be great for me to really accept it as a continuation. Because, I don't know. I just love John Wick Chapter 4 way too much for me to be like, okay, I want another one. That conclusion just was too perfect in my eyes. So, they better have a good reason to continue on. Otherwise, this is just done for the sake of making money solely. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys next time.